Can you hear the difference between a major third and a minor third? More importantly, can you reliably sing the difference? These two intervals are separated by only one half step, but that tiny change can completely alter the color and the tuning of a chord, which is why the ability to accurately hear and tune thirds is such an important vocal skill, especially for singers who sing in choirs. And this week's warm-up will help you strengthen exactly that skill. Hello there, wonderful singers, and welcome to your Covo vocal exercise routine of the week. My name is Dr. Julia Nielsen, and I am the founder of Covo, short for Community Vocalizing, where our mission is to advance singers' vocal health, fitness, and longevity by providing creative vocal exercise routines. The theme for our routines this month is kicks, but here we spell kicks C-I-C-S, which stands for Covo intervals, chords, and scales. Throughout this month, we're practicing vocal exercises that connect ear training directly to singing. Now, last week in our routine, we focused on whole and half steps, the tiny musical distances that form the building blocks of most Western scales. This week, we turn to thirds, the intervals that form the building blocks of most Western chords, and therefore much of Western harmony itself. In other words, we're going to strengthen your ability to hear and accurately sing two of the most important intervals in tonal music, major and minor thirds. We're going to start with a basic exercise where we sing a minor third first above and then below the tonic. Then we'll do the same thing with a major third. Minor thirds, major thirds. And while we sing, we will call out the interval that we're singing as we sing it. So try that with me once. Here we go. Minor third, major third, major third. Let's try that again. Minor third, major third, major third. Let's go on. Minor third, major third, major third. Minor third, major third, major third. Minor third, major third. Minor third, major third, major third. Going back down. Minor third, major third, major third. Minor third, major third, major third. Minor third, major third. Minor third, major third, major third. Now, as we continue down in pitch, I'm going to sing each tonic with you, but pause before each third. Now, you just keep right on singing. Find and sustain that note, and I'll come in to join you so you can check your pitch against mine, like this. Minor third, major third, major third. Minor third, minor third, major third. Just one more. Minor third, major done? Our next exercise is a historical one, which I found in a wonderful old vocal exercises book by the tenor William Shakespeare. No, not the bard, not the playwright, but a celebrated English voice teacher from the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Now, notice that it's all based on thirds, not steps. And some of these thirds are major, while others are minor, depending on where we are in the scale. For example, the first third, do, mi, that's a major third, but re, fa in the second half of the measure is a minor third. Then we go back to major, minor. So let's give this a try slowly. Now, don't get too caught up on exactly where the las and the les are supposed to be. I did transcribe this faithfully from the book, but if you toss in a few too many las, I am sure that Shakespeare won't mind. So let's try. Here we go. You can breathe where you need to. Let's do it a little faster. We'll go on. Now, let's sing a series of these pairs of thirds moving up the scale and with a lovely harmonization by Mr. Shakespeare. We'll sing 6 pairs all together, and during the rests, I will preview for you the next pair. So we start here. La, la, la. Isn't that a lovely harmonization? Let's try it one more time, just a little bit faster, a little more flowing. La, 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 Well done. So, for our final two exercises, which we're going to use to warm up the high voice, we're going to sing arpeggiated chords. Now, most chords in Western music contain a mixture of major and minor thirds. For example, a major triad has a major third on the bottom, but a minor third on the top. Now, these next two chords are different. Each one is built entirely from just one kind of third. Here, first, we will sing a diminished seventh chord, which is built entirely from minor thirds. Minor third, minor third, minor third, minor third. It has a dark, mysterious sound that composers have loved using for centuries. And because the pattern of minor thirds repeats over and over, you can spin this chord out into infinity, almost like you are looking in one of those three-way mirrors, in the dressing rooms where your reflection seems to continue endlessly. So let's try this slowly. You can use the vowel pattern suggested here, or honestly, any vowel that feels comfortable. Here's our starting note. Let's try that again. And let's flow through it a little bit more. And we'll move up. Kind of fun? Next, we will sing an augmented triad, which is built entirely from major thirds. Major third, major third. Put one more major third on top, and we get back to the tonic. Because the augmented chord divides the octave into 3 equal parts, this triad can also repeat endlessly. It kind of has that floating dreamlike quality. I think it feels sort of suspended between stability and instability at the same time. So let's try this together slowly, again using either the suggested vowels here or something that feels comfortable for you. Let's try that again. Up in pitch. exercise on your own. I will give you the first note of each measure, and then you try to fill in the rest. Here you go. And yeah, you want to try that again? Try it again, and let's check that together. How did you do? So I hope that this workout helped you to strengthen your internal sense of major and minor thirds, the intervals that form the foundation of Western chords and harmony. The more accurately that you can hear and reproduce these intervals, the more securely you can navigate intonation, especially chord tuning. If you enjoyed this exercise routine, we would love to keep singing with you. Every week we host 2 30-minute live vocal workouts on Zoom, and we would love to have you join us. These sessions are absolutely free. We meet on Zoom every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, and details on how to request our free Zoom link are in the description below. If you want to make sure that you don't miss any new Kovo warm-up routines, you can subscribe to the channel or use the link below to have each new vocal exercise routine of the week delivered directly to your inbox. And finally, singers, remember, regular vocal exercise is the key to your vocal health, fitness, and longevity. Every time you show up at Kovo, you're going to get a creative vocal workout, expert coaching, and a community of friends to practice with. We'll see you there.